Okay, guys, so thank you for joining me today, those of you who are there. I am going to continue with my songwriting course, or just things that I think are useful to know about when starting to write songs. So back in June, we made a little tune together, myself and those of you who are there looking at the videos, and joining in saying which notes you preferred. I'll just play the tune for you. Let's see if I've got it here. I did put something on my loop earlier. So we had these chords. We got these chords just by picking random numbers, and it sounded like this. So we go to A minor. Okay, so that was it. Just have a recap, because of I'm aware that there's a possibility that no one who is watching currently was part of that Facebook Live that we did back in June. It is up for you to re-watch. I'll have a quick recap, just a couple of minutes. So I'll share with you the worksheet we had for that back then. Okay, so here it comes. It was here. So if everyone remembers, or if anyone out there remembers, what we did is we broke down, we spoke about a bunch of the different method course key skills coming together from the G4 method to create our chords and then our melody. So we took the notes of C major. So C major is these notes at the top: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C. So that's it, everyone. You know, everyone from junior level 2, senior level 1 onwards have learned that scale. And then what we covered is how to build chords out of them. And this comes onto our topic of arpeggios. So our arpeggios, so let's cover a couple of skills here today before we go back into it, just to reaffirm a few things that I'd like us to know. Our chords are built from the notes of the C major scale, if we're in the key of C major, which we're working in today. And how it goes is we start on the note that the chord is named after. So a C chord would start on C, the note C. The next note in the scale is a D. We don't play that one. And then the next note we do play, that's an E. The next note we don't play, that's an F. And then the next note we play, this is 1, 3, 5. This is called a triad. And this is how we build all of our chords. And you can see we went through this process back in June, and we wrote down those notes, and we ended up having a C chord. We got a C chord. We'll have C, E, and G. We got a D minor. We'll have D, F, and A, E minor, and so on and so forth. And then what we did is we picked 4 chords, well 3 really, but 4 bars worth of chords. At random, I just asked a few people if they were going to just give me some numbers, and then we said, you know, someone said 5, and then we said, okay, well 5 is going to be a G major chord, so we'll start with that. And then someone said 6, and then someone said 4. So I hope that makes sense. Obviously, if this doesn't make sense at the moment, I'm not being clear, please go back to the Facebook Live I did back in June and have a look at that. And there's a good chance you might have some questions, or it might not be 100% clear beyond then. So feel free to get in touch and ask us. These kind of things we have to go over time and time again before they really sink in, for sure. So there's lots of things we could do right now. One of the things I was thinking about is to reharmonize these chords. So we'll have a quick bash at this and see how it goes, because of this might be what you like for a verse, for example, but you might think, oh, actually, I like it, but I wish it would develop and become a bit more than just this. So one of the things we can do up here, we've got, they're the chords we had, a G chord, A minor, F and F. And down here, we had the notes that we picked for our melody. And if you remember, the notes we picked from our melody, we just auditioned the notes which are in the chord in the arpeggio. So you can see for the G chord, we picked a B. A B is that middle note in the G. Then we went to an F, which was a leading note going into this E, which is part of the A minor chord. And then we led into an A, which is part of the F chord. Lots of arrows. The next thing we could do, everyone, is to just try reharmonizing this. We went over this in the last Facebook Live I did, which is actually to try and change some of these chords we've got already. So let's have a go at that, see how we feel. We're just going to brush over this, and then I'd like us to try and finish, or at least write a next section to the song as well. But let's try a bit of reharmonization first. So what we do here is in this first note, this B goes with the G chord, but there are other chords which have a B in them. So an E minor has a B in it, and also a B diminished chord has a B in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly get a loop together with the melody, so then I can play the chords underneath it. Now, getting a good loop together is something which is a bit of an art in itself. So I'm going to show you in this instance what I like to do, which is actually to record myself doing a rhythm, or just a rhythmic strum, for the duration of how long I'm going to want to play for. This is 4 bars, so I'm just going to do this. Let's have a go, see if it works. So I'm going to get strumming to a nice tempo I like. That feels good. And then after 4, I'm going to go in. I'm going to tap and start recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and tap. And now I've got that loop. Now I do actually want my melody to start on the first B of the loop, so I'm just going to wait for it to come round. Should be after 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that works. 1, 2, 3, and I do the chords. 4 and. Okay, so what we'll try and do is we'll try and do a second round of chords where we change some of the existing chords we already have. So let's have a go at this. Let's just try this G chord first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this chord pattern. It's going to go, I'm just going to put it down here. I'm going to keep the melody the same both times, just for the purposes of clarity. I'll copy and paste that as well. I'll get rid of my lines because they are no longer pointing at anything I want them to point at. So up here we're going to replace this G, and the obvious one to replace it with is the E minor chord, because E minor has a B in it, and the only other chord we have that has a B in it is a B diminished chord, and most of us don't know that, so I'll probably leave that one out today. So this time through, I'm going to play this chord progression. The first time through is going to be what you heard already, and the second time through, I'm going to go to an E minor instead of the G. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, F, E minor. I'm going to do it one more time, and I'd like you to comment if you would like us to keep this E minor in or not. So I'm going to start again. G, A minor, F, F again, and this time the E minor. Yes or no? Okay, so have a think about that. I'm just going to try one more. I'm going to try replacing this A minor chord now as well. So the A minor chord, the second time through, we are currently playing a, thank you, Andy, you got a no there. I'll tell you my opinion in a second. Cool, so we've got a C chord here instead of the A minor. We could do, because it's got an E in. We could do an E minor, and well, the other one we could do is the A minor, the one we've already got. Okay, let's. I'm gonna say, yeah, Vicky's with us as well. I feel the same, guys. Absolutely. Let's keep this to G then. So, and this is what songwriting for me is often about. Because for me, songwriting is not difficult. Songwriting is time consuming. Because if we give ourselves all of these options for every single part of the song, there's a lot to work through. There's really, really, really a lot to work through. But the good news is there's always something to do, because the thing we want to avoid at all costs is to be sitting with our guitar in our hands. And I've been there many times, many years ago, thinking I really want to write a great song or any kind of song, and not being able to think of anything. And that's before I was aware of or had the idea to try any things like this. So the first time through, I'm going to replace this chord and put a C instead of this A minor. And the second time through, or E minor. I'll try an E minor. So I'd like you guys, when you hear it, quick as you can, to get in there and say either no if you preferred it as the A minor, well, actually say A minor, which means keep it as an A minor, C, change it to a C, or E minor. Let's see how we go. So this is the first line, A minor. I'm going to the C. Okay, this time I'll just go to the E minor, G, E minor. I'm going to do the C one more time, 2, 3, G. C. Okay, I know what I like, but I'm open to what anyone else thinks. I've got my eye there. So that's the situation we've got at the moment. Obviously, we could. I want to move on now to try and get into a second section, or even like a chorus or pre-chorus or something like that. So I'm going to say, because I'm not seeing any comments coming up at the moment, so I'm going to say I liked the C chord personally. So I'm here doing my thing, enjoying the C chord, pop that in. And this is it. I don't need any justification. Vicki, sorry, friend the E minor in here now. I'm going to stick with the C for now. So, and this is it, guys. Everyone, this is it. We don't need any kind of theory or justification for whether we like something or not. Or Andy too. I've got 2 people preferring the E minor. Okay, let's do it then. The people have spoken. Okay. But this is it. It's personal choice, because I think something people struggle with sometimes is often people think that actually using music theory and knowing about music theory detracts from the magic or the kind of feeling it and passion and being in the moment. But for me, it's the opposite. It's being able to do these things and use these tools to then kind of inspire me, and then you get a choice of, do I like it, yes or no? And this is purely personal. No one's going to come with you know, some theory papers afterwards and say, oh, actually the thing you like is not correct. Because if you like it, it is correct. And that's the rule. That's the only rule here, is that if you like it and if it sounds good to you, it's correct for sure. Okay, cool. So here we go. I got Vicki got less. The C was your least favorite. Yeah, I don't know why. I was kind of feeling it, but this is C is too vanilla. Cool. Okay, guys. So we've got a bit of something together now. We've got a chord progression, which you know, there's a slight change the second time through. Let's go to a chorus. So when we're writing a chorus, there are lots and lots of things to think about. Again, we could start with the melody. We could start with the chords. It really, any way we choose to go about it is absolutely fine. When we go between a verse and a chorus, there's a few things that I always like to think about. The main thing I like to think about is the melody and where the melody begins, because of if you listen to our tune that we've written, the melody starts on the first beat of the first bar. So for me, the thing I'm looking for first is always to change that, so that whatever happens, wherever that first note of the melody starts, I want it to start I want it to start at a different place. So if in this instance we've got a melody which starts on the first beat, so I want to do something else, and I can either start before the beat or after the beat. So we're going to try that. The only thing is, though, I'll just say is I'm just gonna jump in here and try, when we go to the chorus, to go to a C chord. And the reason I thought about that is because we are in the key of C, and we haven't used the C chord yet, which I'm not saying we have to use the C chord, but I think it's going to feel like we're at home. So I'll put a C chord in here. Let's see. So I'll copy that so it's the same size. Change it to a C, not a C, a C. Another thing which we can do, so we've in terms of the chords, we've done one thing already, which tells everyone who's listening to the song that we've changed to a different part. We've changed to a different section of the song. We have changed chords, and that's a big thing to do. Let everyone know we've changed. I'd probably have to start up a new loop. Let's just say before we do that, we are going to, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do is, anyone, Vicki or Andy seems to be the people watching. If you could give me a number, please, from either 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, please, and I'll just get a loop together, I think. Okay, so let's have a look. 6, thank you, Andy. Thank you very much. Okay, so 6 would be an A minor. So what I did there is I made a loop where I did the chords G, A minor, F, F, G, E minor, F, F, and then I'm going to go to a C. What else I'm going to do here is I am actually going to get that C lasting for twice as long, for 2 bars worth. And again, the reason I'm doing this, I wouldn't always do this, but I want to show you guys another way to show the difference for the listener between sections. So what's different about the verse and the chorus? Well, firstly, we're going to go to a different chord. And secondly, how often the chords change is going to differ as well. We changed every beat in the verse, and now we're going to change every 2 beats. So a 6 chord is going to be an A minor, and we'll try and do that twice. Okay, I'll play the melody over the first bit. Here we go. 2, oh, actually, can I do that? Okay. I like the E minor as well now. And this is where we're going to the chorus. Okay, so how do we like that chord, that A minor, everyone? Let's have a look. So that was a 6. Yeah, so the 6 from Vicki. Please, Bob, as well. So the loop wasn't good. I'm sorry that I'm spending so much time looping, everyone. Let's just do that. Let's just do those chords one more time, and then we'll start adding in the melody again. I'm going to do it a bit faster. This is the F. G, E minor, and I'm last in, you know, I'm going to go to a G here because it's going to, and C chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do that twice. Okay, got my chords, got my chords, got my chords. So all we're going to do now, and I realize that I've taken up most of the time doing this, is I'm going to pick a note from C. So I'm going to try a E note, and then after that, well, let's just try an E for now. So I'll put an E in there. This is a melody note I'm going to add in because it's part of the C chord. Ooh. E. I'll make it small as well. Cool. So I'm going to try an E this time. Make that small so you can tell that it's the melody. Okay. I don't know what that said. E. Okay, here we go. Now, also, I am going to start this E so everyone knows as well, because remember, one of the big things I said is I'm showing the listener the difference between sections. So one section, between the verse and the chorus, the difference is so far as we start on a different chord. The duration of our chords is changing, and also I'm going to start my melody at a different point. I'm going to start my melody before the beat, so it's going to be on that last chord, and I actually changed in my loop that last chord. This is a bit of a music theory thing. that works, but I'd have to go over another time, but I knew it'd sound good, is I went to a G there because it leads nicely into the C chord. Here we go with the melody. So we got the first. And that's over the F, and this is the verse of the second time through. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I just did a bam bam. Okay, so everyone, I'm running out of time now. I hope that's okay, and you get the idea here. But what I went into there, another thing which is really, really important is going to be kind of knowing our scales as well. Scales and arpeggios. Because what I'll finish with here is one of the most powerful ways of being able to be creative and come up with your own tunes. What I'll often do is I'll get to a point where I've got something like this, and then once it's bare bones and it's the outline. But what I'll do now is I know that we're in the key of C major, and I know my C major scale over 2 octaves, which is roughly our vocal range. Up here might be high for some of us, pretty high for me, but around here, because this is something I'm going to want to sing as well. So I know my scale, and I also know my arpeggios. I'm going to use the notes that we've got so far in the melody as the bare bones, but then I'm just going to jam it on out. And when you do this, you record yourself doing it. I've done this for, you know, a long time before, just had 4 chords looping around and played along for, you know, 45 minutes, an hour, and been recording it. And then what you do is you listen back and then you start picking out little ideas you like. This is being recorded, so I'm just going to play some stuff which, you know, have a mess around and have some fun with it. Some of it will sound bad for sure, but that's as important to know as what sounds good. So I'll just play this out, everyone, and then we'll finish up for today. Here we go. And this is getting into the chorus. I could try. And we're back. Okay, so as you can probably tell, I went on with that for way longer than is probably entertaining or useful to see on a Facebook Live video. The reason I did is because I was having a really good time and having fun. It's been recorded now, so I could go back and listen to it and pick out if there's anything which I stumbled across which I liked. And also, please, if you didn't see it last week, go and look at the conversation that Jimmy and I had, because that was about ear training. And the most important thing for me about developing my ear, as I have over the last couple of years, is you actually, if you have an idea, you're much more likely to be able to find it on your instrument quickly and effectively. And sometimes there I was feeling like there was a da 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 da, and I feel like I know how to find that on my guitar, or at least I know whereabouts it is to find. So guys, thank you very much everyone for watching today. Andy, Vicky, thank you very much. And yeah, I hope everyone's well, and I'm sure I'll see you all soon. Thank you. See you later.